Alright guys, welcome. Today is a very special day. So as you can see, we have the screen record open. I'm about to show you a live breakdown of what happened yesterday. So I had a subscriber who reached out on Discord from YouTube, and I was like, you know what? Since he wanted some guide regarding how to build a store, and this is one of the few things which I haven't shared yet, I was like, you know what? Let me help you to build your store, optimize it for making sales, and that way you guys can see a very transparent video of how to build a store. So hopefully you guys will learn something from this, and please let me know what you'd like to see in the future. I might even start doing this every week or so whenever someone needs help with a store or even a product, we can do weekly calls or even weekly store building. And yeah, that way we could share uh, the building process, but also the winning process. So I'm hoping that it's gonna convert from this, because honestly, the story is gonna do the job by the end of this, but it's all up to the marketing and the product. So I did not have to do anything with the product selection, so no judging on the product. But yeah, let's get started. It's a very exciting day. And as you can see, this is a very long video. So it's gonna be a very raw, and this is actually sped up because it was like up to 2 hours and a half. Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking for the moments where it actually matters, so I can actually show you what is going on. So in a moment we're gonna do the intro here, which is here. He was gonna show me the product page, so that's the mobile view, and then let's see the landing page. As you can see, it's like stock pictures at the start, and then this is like something which he made, which is good. Like the clips were actually good, but you see this is really low quality, something that I would never recommend, especially with the AI tools we have today. So this is what I told him to do: open AI Studio. That was the first thing I told him. So this was his first time on this app or this website, which is by Gemini, by Google. So we prompted a bit. I'm gonna skip it a bit so we can actually, I'm gonna show you that we had a few prompts which didn't work, so that you guys understand it's not gonna be that easy to get what you want. And I would argue the picture was not even that good as a final result. You know what I mean? So it was way better than what we started with, but it can even get better. So it's just a matter of how patient are you to create more prompts and try more to find what you want. And obviously your creativity to ask it what you need. So here we said, show us, create a product image that will be presented as a luxury product. As you can see, it's a very bad picture. So I told him, make it just one product, okay? Don't show all of the 4 different, whatever this is called, like fidget toy. Yeah. As you can see, this is way better. So now it's one. What was the prompt for it? We said create it with only one product, make it with the RGB lights lit up, and make it appear as a luxury item. So that was a prompt that we had to write. And I gave one tip, which I need to give you guys as well, is that when you're prompting, make sure, yeah, here. So let's say your very first prompt was this: create a product image that will be presented as a luxury product. Now, if the outcome of this prompt was really bad, then what I would suggest is click on the pen. So if you were to place a mouse here on this prompt, there's a pen up here to the top right. Click on it. That will make you edit the very first prompt, because what happens is the earlier you prompt something, the better the outcome. And then the other way around is also true. So the more deep you get into the prompt, the less effective it's going to be. And this is what I've noticed after prompting for probably hundreds of hours on AI Studio. I've been using it for a very long time. It's been one of my best tools this year. So again, it's better off editing your previous prompts. So whichever is the earliest, keep on editing it, and then don't just click on the check mark. It won't work. You actually need to click on Control Enter for it to apply. It's like a little trick which actually matters, and not many people talk about it. Moving onward, we eventually got this, but it wasn't good enough. So I told him to make it look presentable and change. Yeah, we wanted to change the canvas because right now it's like rectangular. We want to make it square. So what I told him is, the problem is that he provided a reference to AI Studio, okay, and the reference was in a rectangular shape. So one thing you need to keep in mind is whenever you're giving a screenshot to AI Studio, you want to make sure that you provide the screenshot in the same shape that you would like the outcome to be in. So for that reason, it's best to download pictures in like square shaped canvas, send it to AI Studio, and then prompt it so that the outcome will be in the same shape. So we had to start a new chat, I believe. Let's see what happened. Yep. He had no mic, so so I told him to open a new chat. You obviously want to click on Playground Nano Banana. If you cannot find it, so there's the paid one and the free one, right? You want to click on Images, which is right here, and then you click on the free one. So now I told him to attach the square-shaped image of the product and then type create a professional photo shoot of this product for a luxury RGB fidget toy store. It didn't work. Let me see. Right here. This is the moment where I told him to get the square-shaped product picture. So here I was back. Hold on, I skipped a bit too much. There we go. Yeah, so here is where after he got a picture from Google, which is square-shaped, create a high-end professional photo shoot of this product for a luxury high-end fidget toy. And that's what we got. So as you can see, this is way better than what we started with. So this is far better, like much better than what we started with. As you can see, it shows the RGB lights. It's one product and it's presented in a nice way. Now the only problem is that his background on the store is, white, and then this one has like very colorful background. So we had to test around which will look better. We ended up choosing the white background of this same image because it blends better with the background. Now the other workaround for this is if you have like a black themed store, which I would argue is a better idea because this product is, based around the RGB lights and stuff. So you could actually go for like a darker themed store and then just add like these flashy RGB lights. So we couldn't use this picture. Instead, we went, you see, we tried to use the built-in. So let me show you how we use this feature because this feature is going to be really helpful for you guys later on. So if you ever want to Photoshop using Shopify, for example, you want to remove the background, then I highly suggest you try their built-in feature. So as you can see, you select the picture, you click color background, and then it scans the background, and then you can color it. Now the problem is we wanted to keep the base under the product. So for this scenario, it didn't work out. So instead, we had to go back to AI Studio to fix it. You see, like this won't work. All right, so here he cropped it. And then next was the final result. Let's see how it's gonna look on the store. So the home page doesn't matter much. We are mainly working on the product page. As you can see, way better than what we started with. Now, honestly, I would keep this as a home, like the landing page product image. For the most part, it's perfect. But if you want to use Kaching app, for example, it's going to be a bit off because the background is not white, so it doesn't blend with the background. But for the most part, this is perfect. Like if this is something you would get from AI Studio, I would suggest you keep it. Now I was giving him a feedback about this thing down here. So only 12 units left. This is not good at all. Preferably just keep it simple. Something about the product. Yeah, here he was trying to get the symbol, so I sent it to him eventually. There we go. So hot product, limited stock, something simple, so nothing crazy. This should do the job. And then we can see the title is fine. Next thing is the stars. So the star reviews is something he had to fix. It doesn't look trustworthy. So we changed it to a specific number of reviews. And even the 4.5, I told him to remove it. It's unnecessary. So I think he's about to remove it any moment here. Okay, he removed it. Next thing is the quantity. Again, quantity is not needed. We're about to add a kaching bundle, so just remove that. What else? Now here, obviously there's a lot of things which has to be fixed. He literally just put like 20-30% work into the store, but there were a lot of things we had to put. So we start with kaching app because it's gonna do the heavy lifting, TBH. Like, you just need a good offer and a good product image and good reviews to do most of the heavy lifting. That's honestly it. So we're trying to make this, by the way, as cost efficient as possible. So I'm trying to make this without him spending a penny. And the beauty of kaching is you only pay after you make sales, as far as what we understood, or at least as far as what I've experienced by using them for the past 6 months plus. So we were just double checking that it's not gonna charge him, and then we approved. Yeah, he's just telling me worst case I cancel if it charges. Okay, now we activate it. There we go. Okay, so this is the first thing you're gonna see when you download kaching app, and a lot of people actually do this wrong. So it's really important you guys see what we're about to do here, okay? Because the thing is, especially if you make 3 bundles, so buy 1, buy 2, buy 3, you want to make sure that it's very easy for a cold audience, so someone who has no idea how a good looking store should look like. So for example, let's say a mother wants to buy for her son and she has no idea how to purchase. So you want to make it as simple as possible for her to understand that, there's a buy 1, buy 2, buy 3, and then you can select the product and so on. So that's what we were trying to do here. And the first thing I asked him is, how many products do you have for this particular product? Like, can your supplier have any upsells? So is there a different variant, something that goes along with it? He told me no. So we had to think on the spot of what to add with it. He told me at the moment just this. So I told him, let's work with the offer. So the first thing we're going to work on is the countdown and skipping cart and going directly to checkout. So that's what we did. I'm going to go back a bit so you guys can see it again. This is really important. Hopefully you see it. The cart thing, skip cart and go to checkout directly. This is really good. It's going to increase your CVR for sure. Next thing is the countdown timer. This is again really important. You need as much FOMO as possible, whether it's in the sense of timers, in the form of timers, in the form of countdowns on the banner, and also for the low stock thing. Okay. So we're gonna change the default one, remove all of that. Generally, what I would say at this moment, okay, there's 2 big offers. There's either the winter sale or the new year. You could use the new year for a few more days. So I told him, you know what, for this particular product, it makes more sense to do the new year. So new year flash sale, something like that, is way better than winter sale for his product. So we're going to keep it that way. And then we want to customize it a bit. So we added the timer. And then I just generally recommend you go for end at midnight. So users local time. It's really, really good. Next thing I told him about is add the same color theme to the timer. So we just had to copy this and then paste it here. As you can see, he was trying to find it. There we go. Now the text, I told him to make it white. If you want to use like a dark, you have two options. If you want to keep the text black, then try to reduce the opacity. Otherwise, if you want to make it 100% opacity, then make the text white. Okay. Next thing we worked on is the bundles. So we want to make sure that we first understand what sort of offers to provide. So again, he told me there's only this one product, which is a fidget toy. So the best thing we can work on possibly is, actually, before I tell you the offer which I gave him, I asked him how much it will cost in dollars. So he told me in dollars it's going to cost 12 per piece, which is very cheap. I've never saw the product this cheap. The last time I saw something like this was 3 years ago. So, or 2 years ago, something like that. So yeah, I told him the best thing we can offer is free shipping, because we're not going to offer free shipping on one piece. So that's exactly what we did for 2 pieces. Let me see. Oh, right. He cannot pick the product because it's still a draft. As you can see, it's a very new product page or store. And that's why I thought this would be a perfect example to show you guys. So it was a very new experience for him. And that's important so you guys can understand what to do when starting. And this is, by the way, the highest converting sort of store. And if you're wondering the theme he's using, he got it from a private community, but it's literally the same thing that you would get if you were to download the free AI builder. So there's a lot of AI theme builders nowadays, and they all create a literally copy paste of the same thing. So what he is using in particular is called Jordan theme or something, but it's literally the same thing which you would find in these free AI builders. And if you know, these are literally a replica of Shrine theme. So me personally using Shrine theme, I was shocked. I was like, this is very similar to what I have. So anyway, now he was able to see the product because he activated it. So the next thing was to remove the choose button, because obviously he's selling one product. So we had to change the eligibility to selected product. Okay. We chose it. All right. Next thing, I told them to autofill the unchosen one. That way, the customer, whenever they click on buy two, it's pre-selected. Again, there's no other option to pick anyways, so that's why. And then the next thing is the product image is too big. So that's one thing I suggested in a moment, to reduce the size of the image and to create a third bundle. Again, this is a very cheap product, so it would make more sense to sell 2 or even 3 of the same variant. Now you can see at the start I told them to create most popular and best value, but then the moment we went to the part where we want to create free gifts, so now the next step is to create free gifts. And realistically speaking, the best thing we can offer as a free gift is free shipping. So instead of just showing free shipping down here, it doesn't make sense in my opinion. So you're better off putting free shipping up here. So instead of the most popular and the best value, you just type free shipping, and then as a gift you could say free shipping protection. Okay, and that's exactly what we did. So here we call it 3-pack. I don't know why he made it full caps, but okay. It's okay, later we fixed it. Now we're creating a new product for the shipping protection. So that's exactly what you do. You create a new product, call it the new name, so shipping protection. Okay, he's like texting with a chat box, which is funny. Shipping protection. I told him if he had a picture of the item, because there's like few apps which gives it to you. So we're gonna see what we found here. So I suggested he picks any of the default ones, like the blue one or the green one, whichever he resonates with more. I think we ended up going for something very basic. Okay. We ended up going for this. Okay, perfect. Now I was suggesting, I think, I was telling him to create one with AI Studio, but it's okay. This would do the job for now. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I told him to set it as $5. And one thing which he had to do here is remove the inventory. So he's currently tracking the inventory. Yeah, I was asking here what payment processors he uses, and currently only PayPal, which is a problem obviously. It's not gonna work for like large scale. It's not gonna work. He can make sales here and there, but preferably go for payment processors like Stripe or Shopify payments. I mean, primarily Shopify payments because of the localized currency checkout. But yeah, it's fine. Currently, we're just working on the store, so I'm doing my part. So next thing was to go back to Kaching, so we can add it back. So here I told them to change the size of the picture. It's too big, so we made it down. We scaled it down to 30px, and then make sure that the product image of the free gift matches the size of that one, so 30 pixels. As you can see, out of stock, so we had to fix that as well. Here the free shipping has to be the same text, like these little details matter. So here he capitalized all of the letters. It should have been the same as the Mood Keys fidget keychain. So first letter is capital and then the rest is like small letters. It's okay, later he fixed it. So again, we went here. It says 0 in stock, so we had to remove the tracking. Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we have free gift. As you can see, the background is not similar to the thing, so we had to go for styling how the free gift looks. Yeah, so we went to, let me show you. So you click on styles and then you go to free gift, selected BG, and then you just paste the theme color. There we go. Now the final part would be the picture of the product. So I would suggest that you either change the background using Shopify theme, like Shopify built-in tool, which changes the background color. I can show you here. So yeah, he just added the same free gift on both buy 2 and buy 3. Now we went to the Shopify built-in feature, which can color your background, but it didn't work. So you can see in a moment here, it was a bit bugged. So the best way to solve this is to literally just AI Studio it. So let AI create something for you, which will resonate with the store. Yeah, nothing worked here. So we ended up fixing it, and now we have, I would say, clean looking offer. But the problem, I just didn't like the product image. As you can see, it's like not blending with the background. So the background is white color, and then the product background is contrasting to it. So we had to work a bit on this matter. So let me see if there were any final touches we did. Let's take a quick look. I think we did the free shipping now. Let's take a look. You can see my mouse. I was like trying to tell him, click on the best value. Okay, there we go. So I told them the best offer you can do is just give them free shipping on buy 2 and buy 3. And now it actually looks good. Okay, so now they get free shipping and free shipping protection for buying 2 or 3. Let's see. Yep. So let me show you the process of us making the background white. It was somewhere here. Should be here. It's a bit back. Okay. I see. I cannot really skip a lot because of the 2x speed. We just gotta wait a moment for it. He's gonna open AI Studio any moment. Oh, I see. We already had built it using AI Studio earlier. Okay. So in that case, you could literally just say to the same chat, again, you added the previous prompt, and then you tell it to change the background to white color. And that's what we did. So we got the white background image. Now, although that one was cleaner, or not cleaner, it was just more wow factor, this is cleaner. And that's what we need, TBH. Like, we just need something that doesn't look off, like look odd, and which blends in with the background. So although this is not completely white background, it's still way better than just having black background. So yeah, this looks way better now. So now the Kitching app, let's see how it looks. Okay, it looks better. It was not perfect. I was still thinking there's something wrong here, which we're gonna work on in a moment. Okay, so I told them the first thing we want to work on is getting some reviews below the product. So we're gonna open AliExpress because he had no supplier. So we're gonna just try to find the product together. We couldn't find it here. He tried to use the feature where you just, put a screenshot and then the AI will try to find it for you, but we couldn't find it. Eventually we found it though. So yeah, we found a lot of reviews, but it was challenging to get the reviews exported with high quality because there's a lot of extensions which ruins the quality for it. So I suggested he gets literally just the top extension for downloading images. So let's see what we did here. I told him to just remove the old testimonials. He had let me see. He had literally just, yeah, you can see he had 2 or 3 reviews here. I told him to just spam add testimonials. I wanted him to see whether there's a limit to how many reviews he could have. Ended up realizing there's no limit, which is perfect because the more reviews the better. So in this case, we added 20 reviews, and this is the boring process where you just go to AliExpress, look for the reviews, export them, and then put them here, and then match the text and the name. You can just make up any name, or you could just put the first and then one letter of the last name, so that this way you don't show the full name. And yeah, that way we could use this as our supplier while using his reviews, which is perfect. So I told him to download the very first extension you could find. Okay, so now he's downloading them. I think I told him to check whether the quality was good. Yep, it was good. So this is like straightforward. This was like the boring part. But this has to be done. Like, this is probably one of the best things which will increase your CVR. Again, you need good offer, good images, and good reviews. That's it. Like, these are like the 3 pillars to making sure customers buy. We tried Ali Save. Again, it didn't work. Okay, this is the second half of the session. So here is where we actually went to Amazon, and he found the same product, and honestly I was shocked. Like, this product is getting thousands of purchases per month on Amazon. So he got some more reviews from here, and now he's just exporting them. He got ImageEye, Chrome extension to download the images. Now, I suggested that he gets them from AliExpress. He decided to go for Amazon, but I guess both works. So now he has a good amount of reviews for the product. So the review part is done. Now the next point was to create some FAQ, not in the sense where it's like a dedicated FAQ section. No, it's just below the add to cart, so that just before they purchase or decide purchasing, if they have any questions, they can see it. And this is more like a format which everyone does. So preferably have like 3 or 4 collapsible rows below the add to cart. So we actually use a lot of ChatGPT in this process. I told them to just ask ChatGPT what are the most frequently asked questions for this particular product, and then we had one about the battery, and then one about the uses of it. I'll show you in a minute. We open ChatGPT here. Can you guys hear my cat in the background? Hold on. We gotta pause for a moment to take a look at my cat down here. I don't know if you can hear him. He's like snoring in the back. Anyway, so this is a moment where we went to ChatGPT to ask some questions on what FAQs should we add. So what I told him to do is go back to your supplier and just screenshot this page. So he just took a screenshot and he sent it to ChatGPT. That way it could understand what the product is and try to find us some frequently asked questions or what a customer would ask for. So brief FAQ of how the product works, and the shipping is 7 to 10 business days. And now you just need to pick what works. So in this case, it's the charging or the battery thing. This is something everyone asks. So that was the first one. I told them just to remove the title, put it up. Okay, so that's the first one. Now the second one is probably about the users. So what can this help you for? Maybe ADHD or so on. So let's see here. It says, who wants stress relief, enjoys fidgeting, or needs help staying focused. So that's a good FAQ. So we added that one. And finally, how long is the shipping? Generally 7 to 10 days from most Chinese suppliers. So that's good. Okay, so now we got the testimonials just below the FAQ and the add to cart, because that's the first thing customers want. So if they're trying to decide whether they want to buy, they want to see whether they can trust you. So having that testimonial section below is really important. Let's see. Let's see what I told him here. All right, so now I told him to. All right, so here we go. All right, so now I told him to find some variants so that we can perhaps add some more options on Kaching. And he told me that the only options he has is between, the black transparent fidget toy and the white transparent fidget toy. So I was like, okay, that's good enough. So we got two different colors, and then it's a blue switch. So we can actually use that term to, like, for copywriting, because in my opinion that's a very good way to convince them to buy. It's a blue switch, just like your gaming keyboard. So we created two different variants. We were trying to see what Amazon has it, because as you can see 1K plus bought in past month, so might as well see what variants they call them, and they just didn't call it anything, like just called blue switch, no light, and then with light. You can see here green creamy, pink creamy plus blue switch. So here I was suggesting you could just call it something like white or just transparent plus blue switch, something like that. But then we found out that it's too long, so we just kept it as, let me see, the final result was probably just black and white. Yep, black and white. Now we just had to add the pictures. So now we had to ask AI Studio to create a black variant of this product. Let it cook. There we go. Perfect. From the first attempt, we got a very good picture. So now we got two variant colors. He wanted to crop it a bit, so I told him add it up here in the main media and then crop it, and then you can put it down. Okay. So now we got variants, we got, let's see, where are we so far? Yeah, so this one, we want to remove it. Okay, we removed it. Honestly, the reviews, he should have added them like to the left side. By default, it would never appear in the middle. It has to be on the right, on the left. So that's one thing he should have done. Right, so here I told him to add some description. So some brief, very brief description just before the offer, so that they understand what this product is about. So we figured out that this is exactly like Shrine. So you could only add, actually no, Shrine has the feature to add 3 different text, but here you couldn't. So we had to go back to Shopify. We had to go back to Shopify page. There we go. This is the process. So you just go back to the product, you click on the product, and then you change the default description. So this process was a bit tricky because we were trying to make the text blend with his theme text, so it doesn't look bigger or smaller than the original theme. So eventually, as you can see, this was like a trial and error until we found the perfect text. I think we ended up, I told him this is way too much text, so we just had to make it briefer from, you see, like even though we made it small, it's different text size. So the font size is different from the original content. So we had to make it briefer and then increase the size. So here we just told ChatGPT to make the description more brief. So now we got blue switch, satisfying click, portable, RGB lights. And now the final step was to put it at paragraph text. I'll show you. Even now it's not good because it's bold. So yeah, paragraph. I think paragraph did it. We just had to remove the enter. The reason this is important is because, once again, if you have cold audience, which 99.9 is cold audience, they've never seen your page, especially since it's not a branded product, it's like a pump and dump. So they most likely don't know what this product is about or how it works. So you want to add some brief, easy to read description at the top. So far it looks really clean. So there's obviously a few things we can work on, but the most crucial things now he has. So testimonials, he has FAQ, he has a good offer. And then the final part, I told him he can have, like if he wants to make it a very long product page. So if I've seen pages which are branded, where you could literally scroll for like 20 seconds. If you are one of those pages, then I would suggest you have a testimonial just below the product and then one at the bottom. They could have like similar reviews, maybe 3 different at the top, like the front, so they look different. But yeah, it's mainly so that you could just increase the social proof. But then we decided, since his page is like very brief, very short, we could just have like the built-in small reviews, which I'm about to show you in a moment. So here you can see, I'm about to show you. You can hear my cat in the background. Yeah, so here there's a testimonial tab which is built in from this theme. So that one would have like pictures of the people who bought it. My argument is it's super fake. Like you wouldn't trust, because mostly people would put like some stock images. So I told him, if you wanna, he was suggesting that he wanted to remove the big testimonial and add the pre-built one. So I was like, okay, if you want to do that, then we need to use AI Studio to come up with some good looking or, you know, realistic looking reviews. So he added the reviews section here, and then we put it down below the FAQ. Okay, so now this one requires some pictures. So that's exactly what we need here. Now he did a mistake, and we did it on ChatGPT, but the final result was not good. So instead we had to go to AI Studio. It was right here. We tried again. Provide me with 2 authentic looking, what was the prompt? Authentic looking consumers who are most likely the consumer of this product. Only the face. The pictures are very fake. Like it's clear that this is AI or, you know, UGC. So we had to play with the prompt a bit, and that was the final result. So we got the first picture. This was using ChatGPT. So you can compare actually the final result between the two. So the gamer on the right side was through ChatGPT, and then this was through AI Studio. So it's actually crazy how much of a difference there was. And this is obviously way better. So now we're gonna put this at the start. There we go. All right, so now we have 3 reviews. We have, honestly, we don't need more than 3 to 4 below the product. So we just added the names and some reviews. The first 2 were from AI Studio, the third one's from ChatGPT. They look more realistic, I would say, although they're AI. But yeah, now we have a good looking offer. We have FAQ, we have reviews, and some videos. So let's see, what was the next part we had to work on? Probably the banner, I told him. Right, we wanted to change the default bundle because currently it doesn't look good. It's like 1 pack, 2 pack, 3 pack. So here we did some changes. I told him to make it full caps lock on free to emphasize the importance of the free gift. So free shipping protection. And then let's see. We just did some changes here. Right. So the offer. Let me see if I missed something here. Okay, this is good. Okay, so next thing is a FOMO with the banner, because that's something which will drive a lot of traffic and increase your CVR. So again, we're working on New Year's sale. So I suggested he get, and you guys can get this too. It's a free app called GSC Banner. And the beauty of this banner in particular is that it has a timer. So we downloaded it. Let me show you how we set it up because it's quite important. So there's 2 different banners which I would suggest. My favorite is Essential Announcement Bar, but that one is without the timer, okay? But that one is way more flexible. Like I create most of my banners with it. So you want to click on bar, and this is the default one. You can tell it's really bad. So we had to change it to the current offer, which is New Year's sale. And then we had to remove the sale ends in and, you know, all the unnecessary text. So we remove the sale ends. And then I told him to remove the days and the hours and minutes. We change the text size. And finally, I know I'm hiding a bit of the settings here, but I had my camera there anyway, so I can't really show it. But it's straightforward. You're gonna find it. It's literally timer labels. You can see it. It's right here. Timer labels, days, hours. You just remove that. There you go. Now we just want to customize the color. So I told him to add the theme color as the banner. So we had to get it from the theme. There we go. So he colored the X sign and also the banner so that they don't see the X sign. There we go. Now the text doesn't look clean. It needs to be white. If you want to make sure that, if you want to use a dark color background, always make it white. It blends way better with the background. Everything white. And now we just enable it. So now we have a timer with a banner, and then we have a timer on the offer. Now one thing which you want to make sure, one thing which I didn't actually tell him is, let me go back to the timer. So this timer, okay, you cannot set it to the customer's local time. So instead you have no other option. You kind of have to put it at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. your time, and then set the Kaching offer as well to 12 a.m. your time, because that way they are aligned with each other. Otherwise, if they're different, you know, it's gonna look like there's something wrong with the store and customers will not, it won't click. They're just gonna go out, okay? So this is really important. Make sure you have them at the same time. All right, let's see, what was the next step here? Oh yeah, the offer, the timer was too big, so we had to remove some. We had to adjust it a bit. It's like trial and error until it works. Let's take a look now. There we go. So now we just wanted to remove the default one or move it. So what I told him is add a ticker instead of this announcement. So we're about to do that in a minute. Horizontal ticker. It's kind of funny that it says shrine theme. Kind of ironic. So now you want to click on the text and then change it to something like 60% off or whatever, like 20% off, 40% off, 60% off, free shipping, what else? And whatever other things that you're offering, so free gifts, for example, and so on. So let's see what we did here. Okay, so we wrote limited stock, up to 20% off, free shipping, above $20, I think. Oh, we just said free shipping, okay. I mean, this looks way better. And we even moved it down here so that it looks, or it appears just above the product image. And honestly, like, I'm about to show you guys how it started versus how it looks now. And this is way better. And the final part is the supplier part. So that's what we're going to do finally. But yeah, this is ready to convert for sure. Very clean. Yep. Obviously there's a few things which you could add, but honestly this is gonna do the heavy lifting. So the only thing you would add is a few more GIFs at the end or videos. And yeah, that's it. Let me see what we did after this. Probably the supplier part. So there's a few ways, okay? For the supplier part, I would suggest you go for CJ, AliExpress, or Alibaba. Personally, my top is Alibaba. My second best is GoShip Pro. So we went to try with AliExpress. It was a bit annoying to source it from AliExpress, so what we did was use GoShip Pro. And honestly, I would suggest GoShip Pro always, unless, you know, they cannot source your product or it's too expensive and so on. Then I would go for CJ. So he created an account here. Straightforward. Okay, I'm gonna skip this part real quick because he showed his number here. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like when you create your account on GoShip Pro, and this is how you set it up. Okay, it's gonna be very transparent. So you wanna sync your Shopify by clicking on dashboard, and then down here it says add a store. You just click on bind, click Shopify, download the app. There we go. Authorized. It's that simple. So now his product appears here. I told him to click on the product. Update products, and it should appear here. There we go. So now all you have to do is just ask for a code. You can add the AliExpress page. And that's it. So that way, what's gonna happen is you're gonna give it a day or two until they send you a code for the product. Later on, we figured out the price is like $1 for the product and then 5 or 4.5 for the shipping. So total is like 5.5 to ship this product, which is really cheap. And they're selling it for like $14. So there's actually some margins on it, surprisingly. I would never sell low like cheap products. I would never sell them, but seems like it's working. Again, this is a pump and dump. I do branded most of the time, or always at this point, but hopefully this works. I mean, I have nothing against pump and dump. I think it works if done properly. So next point was to help him with CJ, since he wanted to see how CJ works. Since he wanted to see how CJ works, 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 he wanted to see how CJ works So first thing is you download the app CJ Dropshipping, and then you try to source it. You can use their picture, so you just attach a picture and then they will try to source it for you. It took us a minute to find it. We just had to write it down. Apparently the image search is not advanced enough, I guess. Eventually we found it. There we go, found it. So now we just have to link it to the store. So we had to take a minute to make sure it's the right product. And then you just click on connect. Okay, so now we just need to click on, I think we did something wrong here. So let me show you what we did. Yeah, right here. Okay, so you gotta click on match. Okay, wait. Hold on. We did something wrong here, so I think we fix it in a minute here. Okay, so the way you link the product to your store is you click on connect, it's down here. You clicked on list, it's the wrong one. Just close it, click on connect. Now you just wanna pin it. So I believe we pinned it. And then we click on connect on the product. And now you just wanna match your product to the one you're trying to source. So we had to look for the right variant. And then just match it with his. There we go. Took us a minute here. It's fine. But yeah, generally I would always go for GoShip. But just for the sake of you guys, if you're wondering how CJ works, this is how you do it. You just link them together and then you confirm. So here you can click on the shipping method. For some reason it didn't show up to me, but you just want to click on the cheapest one. Probably the first one. CJ package super pure. Interesting. Okay. And that's it. He just confirms. And now we can just see the orders, and that way we can fulfill. So that was pretty much it. TBH. So now we found the supplier, we linked the store to the supplier on 3 different platforms, just for the sake of showing you guys. But personally I would go for GoShip Pro 99% of the time, because you get to contact them on WhatsApp and even ask them to source the product for you. So you just send the viral video, they will look for it. But don't expect them to be very helpful at the start. I would say on average, like recently they've been way more popular. So 3 years ago when I used to contact them, they were like the fastest. Nowadays they take a bit longer to reply, but yeah, it's just part of the game. Unless you get them a lot of sales, then they prioritize you. It's fair. But let me just show you quickly once again how it looked for a quick before and after. And hopefully this was helpful. I mean, this was probably my first product or like store product page building, and this was like live. Next time I can do it on stream with one of you guys. But yeah, you can see this is how it looked. And honestly, like most of these were just coming with the app. Like it's one of those AI built themes. Once again, it's called this one was called Jordan. I want a better overview of how it looked. So once again, this is how it looked at the start. Stock image at the start. You can see very basic, nothing really going on. Honestly, the only thing which was good here was the videos he actually took, like the video here, the GIF. The rest was lacking a lot of work. And yeah, the biggest take on this is use AI Studio to create highly professional and converting images. One thing you could do is also, one thing which we couldn't do is see competitors. So he didn't actually have a list of competitors. But I would highly suggest you always have a list of competitors when working on your store so you can get inspiration. You don't want to copy one. You want to have some creativity to it, but base it off winning or proven concepts. So if there's someone who's making, 20K plus a month, okay, or 50K a month, and even if it was a different niche, trust me, as long as there's someone who's like at least in a way relatable to your product, just put them as a tab, okay? Have like 10 tabs. Maybe you can get one idea from here, one from there. You just link the dots, you know what I mean? So that's how you create something, original, but based off proven concepts. So we didn't have that to back up our work, but obviously he had my help and I backed it up with my store. So how I would build my store. So that's how we were able to build the store. And for the most part, this is going to convert. At this point, he just needs to have some traffic. I'm going to probably catch up with him soon to see how it went. But once again, let me know if you have learned something from this. Next time I can even create a more transparent or more, like something from zero, because he had probably worked on maybe 20% of the store. But I think it was more interesting to see that he worked on it and how we can fix it, you know what I mean? Because if he didn't work on it prior to talking to me, then it's like he wouldn't learn as much, you know what I mean? Because he spent some time and now I corrected it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this helped you. And you can tell, like, this is really easy. It's not as hard as people claim it to be. I remember when I first started, I had a 7-hour store building tutorial that I had to watch in class. So yeah, times has changed, as you can tell. Once again, to find this theme, personally, my first winner theme, which made me over 30K before I had to switch to Shrine, was Motion 2.0, which I got for free, by the way. It's from some private community. You can find it on Discord. Yeah, just type Motion 2.0. But I'm not gonna lie, that was before the surge of AI. Like the AI themes. These themes are crazy because it's like a copy paste of my theme, Shrine. And I would argue this is like better to start with. So it's crazy. But yeah, nothing is sponsored here. I'm just telling you guys like what he is using and what others are using. This is probably what every AI builder would create, because I've seen some videos, they have a very similar theme. And yeah, thanks again for watching. If you'd like to join my Discord, it's in the bio, free community where you could, reach out. And perhaps I'm gonna do this every week where I build a store with you guys, whether it's from scratch, or whether you're making a few sales here and there and you want to scale it to make sure you increase your CVR. Because there's one big misunderstanding is that organic dropshippers, for some reason, they neglect their stores purely because everyone says to neglect it. Trust me, I was, sold for this. I don't know why people say this, influencers say this, or gurus say this, but the biggest change I've learned is that branded dropshipping is actually with perception. So how do you create this perception? Through marketing and website. So if you do the website in a brandable way, that's 50% of the puzzle done. The other 50% is up to you with the marketing. So might as well do what paid ads guys are doing with the store to increase the CVR. And yeah, apart from all of this, if you'd like to join my affiliate program as well, it's free. You get to learn and have calls with me one-on-one, and you get a cut. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.